man, it's a good looking bike. Ah, the rims, the exhaust tips, the handlebars, it looks so good. I remember when I had dreams of my motorcycle looking as good as these pictures I found from some inspiration for my motorcycle. New rims, painted, handlebars, cleaned up paint, new seats, headlights, all this stuff. I mean, look at some of these. We have this one, man, that looks sharp. This one too, man, that's just mean. I thought by this point I would already be doing these kind of customizations to my motorcycle at this point. But here we are. We're still waiting to actually turn over the bike and get started and running. Luckily for this video, we have so many more sights and sounds happening. We have fire, we have pops and bangs, we've got spark, ignition, and electronics all working, and then we have some things dying out and then we replace. Little by little, we have all these parts coming together, and they're just gonna create one big, amazing results in the end. Are you ready? I know I am. So let's hop right into this video and see how much closer we can get to actually making this my dream bike.
And we're back. It's now past 12 o'clock. The garage is full of fumes. We have gasoline, thus the fan running. Crank it up to blow it out. And I've been draining fuel out of the carbs for about 15 minutes now. Not my proudest moment there, but gotta be real with you, I mean, I haven't had a motorcycle before, so this is my first time, honestly. So yeah, I flooded the carbs, essentially was what happened. And yeah, man, got some fumes. So anyways, yeah, I figured out all of these 3 different positions on the gas tank lever means. So now we're on the drip, take it easy level. I'm not doing the full blown anymore. So let's try this again without going crazy. Jeez. Alright guys, start. Whoa, what the heck was that? Oh, shoot. That's it for tonight, folks. We tried. We're getting some bad sounds, so I think that's it for. Well, that was Day 2 for trying to start the motorcycle. It turns out the starter was getting old and stuck, I think, and there's something that's not working with it. So my buddy said to go ahead, take it out, clean it up, re-grease it. I definitely did that. All right, let's take a look at the evidence so far. I pulled it out, and so what we have here, it's a weird grease, man. It's like weird, just weird. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Let's look inside here. Interesting. Well, here's the starter, like the internals and everything like that. I'm trying to re-grease it. You can see there's still a little bit left on there, but this stuff's just worn. Let's just think about this. This is from 1982, and boy, I could just assume starters live a hard life. Inside here, there's like, oh, where'd it go? Oh. There's a shim and 4 sections on here. See right in that slot. There's only 1. Where'd the other ones go? I'm in here. You can kind of see there's grooves in here, and this is worn and beaten down. I cleaned all the grease in there, and then this thing. Oh, this thing, man, this is worn good too. So I'm gonna go ahead and change that up. Now I'm going to make it nice and fresh. I'm going to stuff some more grease down in here a little bit, and then over here we're gonna use a wire brush or something to kind of clean this up a little bit too. And then we'll try and put it back together. I went ahead and cleaned out this as well with some brake cleaner because it was just chock full of electrical dust from the connectors here. Always rub it on there in the contacts there. So that was caked up really good. So, alright, let's grease it up, put it back together, and see what we got. Took about 2 hours, so I got it back in now. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared actually that something's gonna blow up, grind a gear, or grind a starter, or just get a kablooey of some sort. I'm tired, I'm hungry, hands are shaking. Alright, neutral. Okay. I'd really like to say the battery's just dead.
Nothing.
Went ahead, took it apart, cleaned it, re-greased it with moly grease, and it was working. I put it back in, installed it, and it spun over for a little bit, and then just stopped. No more. I was like, okay, I don't know what this is. So, did some troubleshooting, just pulled this out, had it on the ground, hooked it up to the starter solenoid, that's now apart, and then to the battery, which is now down here, and nothing. So, I tested it, and there's no feed from here going to the starter. So I jump started it with my battery, and it took off like a plane. It was great. But now I have a bad solenoid, so I got that ordered in here. But now I'm going to try and jerry rig it and just jump start it with the leads with a screwdriver. So now let's see what happens here. All I kept hearing was click from here, and that's all I got. Now I was checking the ohms and voltage. We got signal from the button, then from battery to here, but going from here to the starter, nothing. So very suspicious, very interesting. Leads to suspicion that this is shot. And if we can get the bike actually started today, it is Friday. It's in the afternoon, but I'm excited. Can't even focus on work, and this is where we're at. So let's get this going. Let's get this back together. Bike is all put back together so far. Have my bad solenoid together. Then I'm just gonna jump the leads with this screwdriver, and fresh, good battery. Got the starter in place, gas, everything. So there's gonna be some sparks and some power. Yeah, this is kind of scary. All right, buddy, here we are. It's Friday, like I said, and it's a little bit still early in the afternoon, so it's not nighttime, but making progress here. What I have now is the starter all hooked up, ready to roll with the wires and connectors. Have everything running to my bad solenoid, but we're gonna jump it, charge battery, and fuel. Everything else is set. We're ready to go. Let's try it. All right. Okay, progress. Well, it's moving. We might not be getting spark plugs. And for our next homeschool experiment, we're going to try and see if we get spark out of the spark plug. I'm just going to put it right to the engine here, and then we're going to see what it does. Huh. Well, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure I saw nothing coming out of there. But I do feel blow-by. Okay, I have no spark on either of them from what I could see.
Nothing.
This is weird. Highly suspect. Let me check the wiring and the fuses. Take two for today. I went ahead and cleaned pretty much all the electrical connections on this, and some things were corroded, and I cleaned them up as best I could. Now we're going to see if we can actually get this going, and if we have spark. I'm just going to go for it. I don't feel like testing the spark plugs again. So, let's go. Alright. Well, that's it for me. I'm out. I'm gonna go on a trip.
3 days later.
Welcome back to the next week. I didn't think it'd take this long, but it is. And what a week and weekend it has been. I'm done with trips and vacations right now, and I'm back at this. Last week I spent about 6 days straight working on this motorcycle, and I actually really loved it. Even though it took so much time and a lot of trials along the way and just a lot of unknowns, I've really been having a lot of fun with this. So we can continue on with tonight. We're still with the issue of no spark. I don't fully know what's going on here, but we might as well start with the simple stuff here. So right now, I'm going to go ahead over to the auto store down the street. We're going to go ahead and get new wires for the spark plugs, and we're going to start there. Because let's be real, these plugs are probably, they have to be around 40 years old. They can't just last that long. There's probably something really wrong with them. So we have to try simple here first. And those spark plugs are brand new, so keeping those. And they get quarter packs that are up here. I can't imagine those going bad either, but I'm going to bring them along just in case. See what the people down the road say. See if we get anywhere with that. So let me hop down the street quick, and I'll be right back. And we're back. And we're the same part. So, yeah, I got to go online and find something for this. So there's that. Otherwise, I got my solenoid in for the starter. So I'm actually installed that. You should check this thing out. It's pretty sweet. Looks a lot better than 40 years ago. Let me tell you what. Let me go grab it. There. Look how small this thing is. The other one's like out there to like here. Double the size. And then, you know, so nice and wired up. So nicely, well, it's actually really nicely soldered in there. Really tough. Got the rubber boot. Apparently has better like copper wire. So hey, after 40 years, I sure hope they get this kind of stuff all taken care of. So this nice new material in here. So let's just start swapping this over. I'll show what the original one looks like and compare to this one then. This definitely looks a lot better. All right, everyone. I feel like we just made like a scientific discovery here. We have spark on this side. I can't believe it. I didn't think that happened. Okay, so now we have the other side, and what I did was I cut the wire, and I just have it hanging out here like real flimsy, like it's barely hanging on there, but I made sure all the wires were like shoved in there really good and just like connecting. And I gave it another test with like turning over the engine, and it was giving me spark right here. I can't believe it. Okay, so now on to the next side. So here we go. Show you kind of what I did a little bit. I wasn't getting any readings from it earlier, but now I am getting readings from this one. I was getting all the amperage and ohmage, and it was like 14 point something. So I'm going to do the same thing I did here. So do a test. So it's got my meter, auto, ohms. So I don't have it on beeping mode. It's just going to give me some numbers here. So let's see. You should be able to go from like the red connector to right to actual plug itself. This one's sending. Interesting. And I'm just going to trim a little bit off. It works for the other one. It's going to work for this one too. It's not pretty, but let's see. Let's just go ahead and make sure here's two still. Still some kind of connection. Yeah, we're getting something through. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we're getting frequency too. Everyone ready? Ignition, switch, safety, off. Here we go. Look at that! We got spark. Wow, okay. Well, what the heck? Let's try and start this baby up. Good evening, everybody. This is part 7 or 8 or something like that. It's 11 o'clock at night on Tuesday. I'm wearing shorts and flip-flops. My hair's a mess, but I think we have success. The motorcycle is sparking in the spark plugs now. I did some crazy things to try and make it work. Boom, spark is on each cylinder now with the spark plugs. So, I don't know what I did. I did a combination of I hit warning control, I hit the lever for the kickstand safety switch, and I don't know what I did exactly, but we have spark. I am so excited, so nervous. Let's do this. Let's start this up. Let's try it. I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're going for it. So hang in there. Let's get this started. I'm excited, man. Woo. Ignition on. Okay. I'm gonna hit the warning control and hold it down. I'm just gonna hold it down a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna hit the switch a couple times down here. Okay. Oh boy. This is it, folks. Ignition, stop, off. This might be it. We got the new solenoid on as well. Here we go. Guys, we are getting somewhere. We're getting... Is that backfire? I don't really know. It's something. I'm getting some air coming out from where the air filter usually sits, so... Woohoo! Yo! Yeah, there's smoke. We got plenty of gas in there. Okay. I think we're killing the battery. I think we gotta cool it for now. Here we go. See that? See the smoke coming out? A little bit. Very interesting indeed. Well, that was successful. We're getting somewhere. This is it, guys. Oh, and you just heard and saw and I smelled the smoke coming out of the side there. I'm gonna look at what that means exactly, because I know exactly what's supposed to get, backfire from the intake for the air. So I'll go ahead and check that out. But in the meantime, I can't wait to get this thing started. It'd be awesome. I can't wait to get this thing started. It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome. Good morning. Next day here with GTSam starting a motorcycle, and I'm ducking, and is currently flooding here from the hurricane that's coming through the remains of it. So here we go. We are here with the motorcycle again, and the situation is gotta put the actual air filter box back on. That should help actually. So I'd be surprised if that was the key, but I'd be thrilled. So I'm gonna pop that back on. I'm gonna try and start the motorcycle again. Oh, and if this works, boy, what a good day it's gonna be. We are in the next try of getting this whole motorcycle going again. So, with that, I went ahead and charged the battery overnight here, and we went ahead and put the stock air filter back together and its housing on the other side here. Ignition switch on, fire. Everything is working. Got spark. Did a little gas smell on the spark plugs. So it could have been some flooding in there. They kind of burning it off almost. So I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm going to try a few more. If the RPMs are going up, we're getting revolutions inside the engine or the transmission area. But we're not firing up completely. It feels so close. Alright. Yeah, it does it. Alright. Shut her down.
Later.
We're back. It's later today, and I got with me some go-go juice. I'm gonna spray some of this starting fluid into the air intake without the filter. So we got that already removed. I got the battery rehooked up. So we're gonna just go ahead and give this a whirl. Let's see what happens.
I'm waiting, old man.
Here everyone, try 559. Probably hook up the spark plugs. So this time I tried changing the spark plug coil connectors around. Checked the gap on the spark plugs. Went ahead and took the hoses off from the air intake going to the carbs. And I sprayed some starter fluid inside the carbs. Well, everyone decided to take off the left side of the engine here, the plate and everything, so we got to take off all these nuts and bolts and everything like that, and the center one, and I just happened to snap it right off. I promise I was not going that hard, but ugh. But look at this corrosion here. You see all this? This was sticking this whole cap in there. So now I just need to find a new cap hopefully and get that old one out. But anyways, yeah, so what's kind of happening right now is, let me turn some light on. I'm kind of suspicious. Look, we got like moisture in there. And then up here, we got those little, see those little pieces right there? It's kind of suspicious. It doesn't seem like oil to me. But we're about to dig into it and find out. Let's take all this off. Okay, everyone, moment of truth here. Giving it some good old wax to the rubber mallet. It's time to hopefully pull it off. So far, no oil The gasoline's spewing out on me. So that's a good start. Come on. Alright, come on. I got this. Here we go. Oh, maybe. Oh. We got. Oh. Whoops. Well, I think that's normal actually. Remember how that goes back. Alright. Ta-da! Okay. Woo. Hello. What do we have here? Okay. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Ooh. What the crap is this? Oh Lord. All right. Okay. Let me get grips of what's going on here first. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the chaos of everything. Here's my setup going on. We took the side of the engine off. Here we are. Now, let me try to break this down for you. We got goop. It looks like crap. Yeah, it's got interesting stuff in there. So we got the clutch over here. And we've got the stator, I believe, right here. So this is looking kind of grungy. Not gonna lie. It's definitely got some build up. Here's the starter, and then the whole system. Here's the way like metal shavings get caught, which is good. Here's the whole thing that kind of just dropped out, so that's normal. And clean up these metal shavings, and clean up this whole thing, turn over the engine, see if it moves at all. Then I'm going to check some of the wiring over here, make sure nothing is beat up and busted up and ripped. So, good news everybody. Got less squeak out of this. Well, before it was kind of squealing. Well, I think it has some seals that are kind of old, so now it's a little more easy to move, and the seals seem to be lubricating better now since I sprayed a bunch of WD-40 in the top of the spark plug holes. So here. What I'm doing right now is I'm cleaning these contact spots right here. You see this stuff on here? All kind of like flaky, crusty, like metally kind of stuff, and I'm thinking it's got like something to do with the connection for the stator and electrical charges. Like it's kind of greasy and it's just got like crusty over with some junk here. So I'm just scraping up with a screwdriver, wiping it away, and so as you can see over here, looks a little bit better. All right, buddy, a little bit of update for you here. I'm done for tonight. Went ahead and got this whole starter mechanism, all the gears lined up and everything like that in the right spots. Made sure all the snap rings were on there, things like that. I cleaned up the contact pieces along this and in the side. It's built up with all kinds of like copper and oil and just like crusty stuff. It was really weird. So I cleaned that up and it looks a lot better. I'm hoping that the contacts from here are gonna be in here, make a better electrical contact, and we'll have better results. Turning it over by hand manually. At first it was a little tighter and squeaked a lot. Now it squeaks a lot less and is much more free moving. So this is good. I used a lot of WD-40, put it inside these holes for the spark plugs, and it really helped. I noticed that, boy, inside here you can't see it right now. I don't have any light, but it is black with carbon like nobody's business. I can imagine that having a big factor into this whole thing. It's really, really dark in there. So that's probably why it's spitting and sputtering, and the tops of these are starting to get a little crispy. I went ahead and cleaned that one off, right? We can kind of see it on the edge there a little bit. So that's kind of what's happening right now. Making good progress. It's taking some time, but we're getting it done well. And I'm just kind of like re-oiling everything in too. So I put some like oil up in here to grease everything up on all the gears, and as I said before, inside the pistons. So yeah, doing good. So I got everything all cleaned up here and checked. We got the ground is good, the wires here, everything is solid with that. Now nothing's open, and then I got ahead and cleaned up the stator here and the connectors. We got all these gears back in order, and they are nice and greased up with some 3-in-1. Don't know if I should use that, but I am, because this thing doesn't have any oil anyway. So everything's all nice and greased up. Everything's cleaned up, and all the goop is gone. Now we just gotta add more oil later. Gotta go ahead and get all these parts back together. Then we should be much better off. I'm gonna try and start it again, and hopefully better results. Spark plugs are clean, and there's tons of WD-40 in there, And now I have starting fluid to really make this thing come alive. WD-40 is to make the cylinders loose. Wires reconnected. The whole side is back on, nice and beautiful. Everything is in place. And so, meter time. Try 365. All right. We got something, but I don't know what it is. Old starter. Fancy, shiny starter. Well, 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 well. Look what we got here. That's fun.